Hi guys, welcome to this week's Tubers High Score Challenge. Today it's the brilliant Bubble Bobble, chosen by Jim Monkeys Baz 5000. Excellent choice, excellent game. One that I've played on many formats. The arcade's definitely the best one though. Loads of hidden depth to this game. Loads of ways to score points, secret ways to score points, hidden ways to score points. Some hard, some a bit easier than others. A lot of them look based. Basically the game's got loads of hidden counters that's tracking everything you do across all your multiple playthroughs. Whether that be firing bubbles, bursting bubbles, moving, jumping, squashing enemies, collecting certain stuff, tracks absolutely loads of stuff, and that's why certain items do spawn on the levels. So it's not entirely random, as you may think. Looked out straight away because obviously I've fulfilled the criteria for one of these treasure pots to appear. If you collect all of these, you get a massive point, but 500 points for every one you collect, plus a whopping 100,000 if you manage to get every single one, which is awesome if you get every single one. Depending on which level you actually spawn that on though, it's a lot easier than others. This one I just make it in time, but certain ones are nigh on impossible to do because there's just too many things, and other ones are ridiculously easy. We just like one to collect. You get 100,000 for collecting one. Now, the most basic way of scoring points is obviously killing the enemies, but bursting empty bubbles scores your points as well. That's why you see me bursting bubbles against walls when not really doing anything. Now the umbrellas spawn there. Contemplating getting it or not, but it's going to skip the easy levels, so I don't really want to skip the easy levels because it's just easy points going away. You really want the umbrella to come when you've got like a level that's a pain in the ass to come, you know, cropping up like level 19. That's a right royal pain in the ass, that one. On to the next level. There is also a trick as well that if you're tens and hundreds of your score are the actual same amount and you burst bubbles, every bubble that's on the screen turns into a piece of fruit worth 700 points. That's what generally happens on level 1 when you get all those cherries. So yeah, that's why you get all those. So it's harder to do on other levels because obviously there's a lot going on and you have to make sure you burst the bubble of the enemy when your score is the hundreds and tens and hundreds are the same amount. Because if you bust an empty bubble that leads to a chain reaction, then your score obviously moves off that. Now these are the sweets that give you power-ups. They increase your bubbles, increase your fire rate of your bubbles, increase the speed of the bubbles, increase the speed that the bubbles travel, and increase the distance that the bubbles travel. And again, you get those with fulfilling the random criteria on the counters, the hidden counters of the game. This level, I always find this level annoying. This because you generally get a big bit of fruit or a big object worth a couple, about tens of thousands of points on this one. And if you're at the top and you've killed the last enemy, no more water balloons spawn, so there's no way you can get down at the fruit. That's another way to score big points, is killing enemies with the special balloons. They're either the water, the lightning, or the fire balloons, because the enemy will leave a diamond for you. That was quite easy. Get the donut. Typically it spawns a fire cross. Now if you kill them with the fire cross, you get they leave a £9,000 diamond. So I'm going to let these get out of the bubble and kill them with the fire. I think it's a 9,000 diamond it leaves. Way more points than you would get if you did a straight burst of bubbles, plus you get a few thousand points for picking up the cross itself as well. Another really easy level. If you wonder why you get those letters that appear as well, they only generally appear on open levels, i.e. with a hole in the top or the bottom, and they'll only appear on the level if you have burst at least 3 enemies at once. So if you burst 3 at once, you'll get 1 letter on that level, on the next level that's open. If you burst 4 enemies, you'll get 2 letters, and if you burst 5 or above, you'll get 3 different letters appearing on the level. And what you got to do is, as well, is if you've already got the letter, you're best leaving it alone, because if you don't burst it, it'll respawn on the next level that it's able to spawn on, but it'll randomize it again, so you may get the letter that you want this time. So you're best leaving duplicate letters alone. Kill them there. This level is a right pain in the arse. There's two ways of doing this. There's the bottom way where you can shoot through the gap, but I always find that more problematic, and there's this top way which I prefer, but it's a bit more risky. It's a bit more risky, but there's less chance you run out of time this way. So I think at the bottom way you can run out of time, and if you miss some bubbled enemies, you're making it harder for yourself. Now that fruit spawned there because my 10s and 100s were the same, so all those strawberries spawned. This level's a pain in the ass if you haven't got power-ups. If you got power-ups, it's quite easy. You just bubble everybody like that, and level's done basically. Didn't burst them straight away because there's that rod that appears. Now, whenever you see that rod, that's what spawns your big fruit or your big item that drops down. So make a beeline to get that whenever you see it. Different colours spawn different things. I think that one's the ice lolly. I think it's the ice lolly. Anyway, we'll find out in a minute. So you got to be mindful of that when you've collected it, to be central to the level, or know you're able to get to the central part of the level. You can catch it on its way down as well. Yeah, it's the ice lolly one. And look, you get 700 for all those, and you get to whopping tens of thousand points bonus for the big one. Now again, this level's quite easy if you've got power-ups. Drop down, jump across, take these three out straight away. Bang, 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 jump, pop. There we go. Drop down, I think another staff appears. Yeah, another staff has appeared there as well. Yeah, there you go. Because you've got the super bubbles, and I think I fall down here and I can't get out, so this unfortunately goes to waste, which is annoying. You can get out of here, but it's pretty tricky to do. But all those points go to waste. Now this one's quite easy as well. I always jump and take this guy out straight away. And it's just a case of getting the other guy out of the way. It was free, and then it's pretty plain sailing from then on. There is a way to get inside there if you time the water correctly and jump out of it, but obviously it's very risky to do. So there is another item staff in there, but I ain't going to get it. I'm just going to drop the water down on them and get the 7,000 jewels for killing each one of them. There we go, all dead. Popping bubbles to get an extra few points as well. This one's quite easy. Hop on the little platform and bang, 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 bang. Pop them all. It didn't go quite right there, because you can actually pop all of those at the bottom and just leave a couple of enemies. We've got another umbrella. Different umbrellas will transition you a different amount of levels. Now I died there, pain in the ass that was, because I was on for the treasure room up to that point, so I hadn't died. But unfortunately that's out the window now. That's all down to because I messed that start bit up. If I captured them all in one go, then that wouldn't have been there to kill me, obviously. And now we're back down to regular speed, no power-ups on the bubbles, so it's a lot harder now, the game. There we got him. Been a few days since I recorded this run, so I can't remember exactly what's coming up. And this level's quite good because you've got to run, quickly dash and bubble and dash him. So you bubble and dash into one straight away. You can burst them as it looks like you're getting hit, but you're not. You're actually capturing them and bursting them straight away. And unfortunately, because I died, I got a running shoe here, but sometimes it's a cross which can kill all these. So I always go up like this and capture them, and I lose a life here as well, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah. I think they burst out the bubble there. They didn't pop for some reason. They usually just pop because there's nowhere for them to go and they get crushed. But the game decided to screw me over on that one. So finish them off with the old water balloons. Bubbles even. Water balloons. On to level 16. This one's usually a good one. This one you usually get, it's quite a one for getting a treasure pot. And I think I get a treasure pot on this one. I'm not entirely sure that. Oh no, I think I get a cross. I can get a flame. Yeah, there you go, flame crossed. Interesting to add as well, you will only get one special item per level as well. You won't get any more. It's always the second item that spawns as well. Is your special item. So it's just a case of shooting through walls with this and zapping them and getting the 9,000 point diamonds. Missed one there, it despawned, but I think I get that one. Yeah, there we go. This level, if you've got super speed, you can actually dash down that hole and dash to the left and land on where I've just landed now and take them all out before they actually start moving. Luckily an invincibility thing spawned there, so that was quite easy, just mop them up, walk into them all. And while you don't get a diamond by killing them with invincibility, you do get these 5,000 points pieces of fruit, which are just as good as a diamond really. This level, very tricky to bubble them. Best protocol is to go up to the top, try and take them out with water, and if you can't, you just jump on there and shoot at them. I could take these few out, but we've got a treasure pot there spawning, and this is where I say sometimes the treasure rooms are ridiculous easy. There's one to collect, so I get 500 points for collecting the one, and I get 100,000 points for technically clearing them all. Bit of a cheap way to get points, but they spawn when they spawn, so you have to go with them. Now here we go, this level, I ballsed up here because I've developed a new strategy for this one. You can stay down here to start off with, and you can take 4 of them out. You jump, kill him, and you bubble these 2 up. A third one comes up the hole at the bottom there, and you pop them, and they're half dead now. Now, this is the annoying thing. This, I think I cleared this level without dying. So if I hadn't died in those other levels, which I don't normally die on, I would have got my treasure room in the next level. This level screws you over so much because if you fall in any pit apart from that wider central pit, you're dead basically. You can't get out. You just got to hope you can bump into lightning bubbles and take them out, but it's very rare you can do that. I think it's a new enemy introduced now. I don't know why they appear yellow in bubbles. I've not ever figured that out. Got these biscuit throwers. I always call them biscuit throwers because they look like they're throwing biscuits. So yeah, I don't know what. I think probably balders out there, but biscuits. Yeah, throwing ginger nuts at you. Right, this level. I think I get a cross on this level. Did we get a cross on this level? I can't quite remember. Oh no, I get the necklace which spawns the reflective energy ball, the bouncy energy ball. So I need to go get that, and it luckily takes out all the rest of the enemies for me, and because it's a special weapon, it leaves a diamond for each one it kills. Yeah, bounces take that one out, and I think it goes all the way back down and takes the last enemy out there. Like I say, all these objects spawn due to hidden counters that are clocking up everything you do. Remember, like when we did Ghosts and Goblins, when the 10,000 treasure appeared. I think Tom said it was once in every 26 pot or something across all playthroughs. Well, this is kind of like a similar thing, but it has an absolute ton of counters that are being counted. Every action you do really is counting towards something. Every object you pick up is counting towards something. Like some of the staffs that you pick that drop the big items. I think if you collect so many of the big items, you get a big diamond that drops, and that's worth like 70,000 points, for example. It's just stuff like that. All these hidden counters working behind the scenes, awarding you these bonuses and power-ups. So it's not so you can actually influence them in a way, but you get them to spawn quicker and regular. This level can be a problem. Luckily I got the clock. For some reason I couldn't drop onto that top thing, because normally if you drop off from the bottom there and push right immediately, you land on the top bit of the thing that looks like a ball. But it didn't work. But tactic 2 is get in the central section, bubble them up from the bottom, and they don't break free very quick on this level, so you can just wait for them to float down and then you get a chain reaction. But I think I balls up the chain reaction here. Yeah, it didn't get the other two, so we have to get the other two manually like that. blow a few extra bubbles, and again all those cakes spawn because my 10s and 100s were the same digit. This is a good level where you can rack up a fair few points. Bubble them all up first before popping them. That's the key to this one. Got a power up sweet there, that's rapid fire sweets. Because if you do burst them all at once, which is tricky to do because they're all together, you can get 64,000 points for this, but I think I got 32 there. So one of them didn't get caught up in the initial pop. Right, this level was quite frustrating as well, because the D of my the X of my extend got stuck right there. Now that's normally when I pop the fire balloons on this level. So I knew I had no chance of killing the enemies with the fire bubble, which obviously you get massive points for collecting the jewels from them. So I had to get the extend here. So I probably lost about 50,000 points there because of that extend, but I did get an extra life, so you can't really complain, can you? So I would have preferred it on a different level. Now this level is quite tricky as well. If you've got power-ups, it's quite easy because you can bubble a lot of them up and then finish the rest of them off with fire balloons. But if you haven't got the power-ups and you've just got regular speed bubbles, then it's pretty tricky because if you don't bubble them up, it's hard to jump down and burst a fire balloon on them without falling into one of them. But worked out quite well. This level is generally easy. A few of them come down like this, and you can just pop them individually. I think another one comes down to the left. Yeah, he normally does that as well. Then just pop them as they get in the middle section, and just kill the rest of them quite simply by just chasing them down and popping them to stay bubble for quite a while on this level. There we go, level done. Smashed my previous high score at this point by about 120,000. Now this is a good level because you can either bubble them all up and try and burst them all in one go, or you can try and get a fire balloon. Then luckily a treasure pot spawned right on top of me, I think it did there. So again, a pretty easy one to do. There's not many to collect. It all depends where the walls are. Basically, that's where it is. So an easy one, an easy 100,000 points coming up. That took me first time ever into 7 figures. This level is a bit of a pain in the arse as well. Rapid fire sweet there, yellow sweet. Just gotta know where to jump. Now you can get these 4 bubbled quite easy like this, but then they're pretty hard to pop, and they don't stay bubble very long on this level. Try to burst a flame balloon there. They can't get out now. So it's a case of popping the balloon, getting out of dodge, and then collecting the jewels. Shame we didn't have super speed on this with the slippers, because would have got there a lot faster. Now, this level's a pain in the ass as well. The first introduction of the spring enemies. You can kill them by dropping into each of them compartments, but your timing's got to be spot on, and you will die quite a lot. And the time limit on this one's very strict as well. So you're relying on the lightning balloons, which are a pain in the ass because they're supposed to be influenced by the direction you pop them, and go the other way. So if you pop them on the right side, they'll go left, but it's a bit hit and miss sometimes. They just go where they want half the time. And the time limit, like I say, is very, very strict on this. So you get the Baron appearing to chase you. It's a right royal pain in the arse. So it's a case of trying to dodge him now while getting the lightning bolts going. I think I lose a life on this level because I do something stupid. Basically, I try and go to the left when I should have. No way I'm going to get there left. I should have gone right, basically. But once you die, he disappears. Cost me a life though, unfortunately. I just keep taking this last git out with the lightning ball. See what I mean there? That should have gone the other way by all rights, but it didn't. I think this level is no, not this one. The next level. The next level just bloody stupid. Sure, it's the next level. This level can be quite annoying because the biscuit throwers get stuck. They get stuck on things quite easily on this level, so you've got to like drop down and get them. And whilst they stay bubbled an awful lot, it's problematic to drop down and bust them because of all these bloody platforms and blocks in the way. I think I lose a life on this level as well, which I shouldn't have done. Normally do this level a lot better, but it went completely tits up this time. Usually take them out quite quickly, but this went wrong. Yeah, there you go, died. Shouldn't have died there. But take advantage of my invincibility and try and bubble them all up. Got some of them, then I had a quick game of chase the bubble because I couldn't bloody get any of them. Last two. Baron's gonna come back any second. One to go. There's the old Baron. And we got him. Yeah, I think it's this next level. It's completely enclosed. Yeah, here we go. This is a bleeding nightmare, this level. I was lucky to get away with losing one life. If you look out and you spawn an item that's an attack item, like the bounce reflective energy ball necklace or something, but because I died in that previous level, all I got is a bloody shoe. So I have to drop in there now and try and take them out and survive. First attempt at it went completely wrong. I think second attempt was a little bit more successful though. Yeah, there we go. Got in there, switched to the other side and bubbled them up as they got to me. Yeah, now that could have taken all my lives off me quite easily. That, but if you do look out and get the correct, and get a good, good power up spawn on that level, that can be a quite easy level. So yeah, this is the first time I'd been to this level, so didn't know what to expect. But it was quite straightforward one, this one was. And I think I looked out by getting across as well, but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I got the water cross there, which is going to drown them on. So hoover up the diamonds. Again, didn't know what to expect on this level, but it was pretty straightforward. Biscuit thrower dropping down, so wasn't going to be too difficult. So I thought, but the bloody didn't stay captured in the bubbles very long, did they? So that was the problem on this level. Loads of close calls on this. Use the old bubble and pop technique where you're very close to them and you basically bubble them and pop them almost instantaneously. There you go, see, they just got him again. And again, that was lucky. And again, and I think this is the last level now. I think I die on this next level. It's either this one or the next one. Yeah, it's this one. Really annoying, frustrating level, really, because I'm supposed to get up there, but how am I supposed to get up there when they're doing that? I mean, it's just insane. I mean, I do manage to get up, but then the problem is how the hell do I kill them? Again, you probably need to get a decent power up spawn on this map, but again, it's completely random. So I get up here. And then I've got the problem of not being able to get them. But I'm watching back now, I see how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to jump down into that little lower section instead of jumping up here. So I'm running out of time here. Baron's coming to get me. Last life. And I try and drop down to get them. I think I got one of them, but the second one took me out. But yeah, that's my score there. 1,233,390. So I was well happy with that, because there you can see my previous best to that. So that nearly increased it by 400,000. So absolutely well chuffed about that one. Just a quick note about game choice as well. I think this is the most enjoyable game that I've played since I actually joined the group, and I think this is the kind of game we should be doing. We seem to have strayed onto the path of picking the most balls hard game we can possibly do, and I think somebody commented that they didn't want to post a score because they were embarrassed at the score or something, and we don't really want to see that, do we really? I think this can be more accessible is the kind of thing we should be going for, really. It's very enjoyable, and just because it's not as hard doesn't mean you can't do a high score challenge on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.